what is the purpose of your trip to Mexico?
My purpose to this trip was to come and meet Moi. We met 2 years ago in Israel, and we immediately fell in love with each other's personality and the way we express one another. We felt that we have a common ground, and Moi and myself, we felt the need to explore it. And Moi also felt that it would be a nice opportunity to come to Mexico and share the Gaga movement language, and to create an opportunity for both of us to explore and deepen our artistic affiliation with one another, as well as our friendship.
How long are you going to be in Mexico?
2.5 weeks.
Great. And at what time did you start dancing?
Well, I've always been dancing, I think, inside my room and in discotheques. The question is, when did I start to be serious about it? And I think it was around the age of 22. I've always felt that as a young child, I didn't really like to be told what to do, and I didn't really like to be put inside frames. I've always loved to be given tasks and improvise. So I think to dance ballet or contemporary, it was very much of a challenge for me to follow a routine. At the age of 22, I got into the dance academy in Jerusalem, and subsequently I decided to move into a more professional school, which is where it's in Gaton. It's where the kibbutz dance company is training. And after 3 years of me starting to dance seriously, I got into a dance company, which is the Idot Admor dance company, that what used to be a few years back, and I've been dancing ever since.
Okay. And can you tell me what is the Gaga movement or language?
The Gaga movement language is a language that was developed in Israel by the choreographer and the artistic director of the Cheva Dance Company. This movement language has been developed over the last 20 years. It started from an experiment that Ohad facilitated primarily among his dancers. He wanted to see. He was actually, for what I understood, he was experiencing a lot of pain in his body, and he wanted to explore how can you create a better dialogue and communication with the body. A lot of the times as dancers we are taught to demand from our body, to execute, to perform. However, the body has its own will and needs, and I think that the Gaga creates a better listening, a better understanding of what does the body need, how can you exist or be inside the body, and at the same time be able to connect to what's happening around. It strengthens a lot of engines in our body. It connects to the world of fantasy, to flexibility, to stamina. It invites a lot of what you call it, realization of habits and registration of our own habits. It also has a lot of healing virtues, since the exploration is very deep. There is no mirrors, so it's basically the individuals exploring in one room their own being, as well as what is happening in the class. The person who is giving the class is also doing the class with the participants. So it creates a lot of yielding and a common ground for everyone to be a part of.
how come that you entered or started, excuse me, how come you started in the Gaga language?
I think for the first 8 years of my professional career, I felt that I am a bit like two personas in one. I felt that inside the studio I am trying to follow what is good and what is a good dancer is, and on the outside I felt that when I move I bring a lot of my personality. I find a lot of freedom, and I'm not restrained to be a specific thing. And when I met the Gaga, it felt that it gave me a capsulation, the ability to be a whole. I never felt that I'm a contemporary dancer or I'm a ballet dancer, or I also love hip hop. I'm not very good at it, but I love it. I felt that I can do everything, but it's not about I can do a bit of this and I can do a bit of this and I can do a bit of this. It's about the feeling of being whole. And once you are whole, then you have the ability to pull out of a hat all the virtues that you have, rather than being stuck to one specific thing. So for me, the Gaga allowed me to be more of whole, and I feel that once I was able to feel that, or to glue all my pieces together, it created a lot of interest from the people around, because everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants to release their confinement of what's the right image of a dancer, or what is the right or the wrong thing to be, especially since dance has a lot to do with conformism.
Are you stuck in the Gaga, or you keep dancing different types like hip hop, Israeli, ballet, contemporary?
This is actually a really, really good question. It's great. Because over 5 years ago, I left everything. When I met the Gaga and was invited by Ohad Naharin, I had a job in a company in the Netherlands. I was a co-choreographer and a dancer. And I really decided that I do not want to perform anymore. I don't want to go on stage and entertain. So I completely left it. And for a year and a half, I got myself off stage, and I really invested everything, including my savings, to study the movement language. Ever since I graduated from the program, I've been very fortunate to constantly be invited to share this language, to give a workshop. But after a while, I started to feel that I don't know where the Gaga finishes and where Keren starts. If I do want to create and develop my own voice, how would I look at the Gaga language, and who am I inside of it? So for me at this moment, as a creator, Gaga is a tool. Is a tool that helps me to find clarity. I am a firm believer of ballet. I think that Gaga is something that is on top. It's not something that can only be this. So I love ballet. I love other movement approaches. Very recently, I had the privilege to take classes from the rehearsal director of Crystal Pite, which was such a mind-blowing. I've also been working with the choreographer who used to dance for NDT, Idan Sharabi. So, am I stuck? I guess we're always, we realize that sometimes we're stuck, and then we ask ourselves, what can we do to create more space? So that's the constant dialogue I have. If I can share something, is maybe to look at the outside with eyes of a child, and keep on staying curious. keep on connecting to, or allowing ourselves to connect to passion for movement, for allowing ourselves to be silly, not taking ourselves too seriously, and challenge ourselves with things that we maybe normally don't do. Maybe go to home in a different route than we go every day. We start with that.